Yo, 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 welcome back to Laugh Through Life with Donald, the podcast where we roast adulthood, expose the lies they fed us as kids, and laugh at the chaos we all call growing up. I'm your host, Donald, still flabbergasted that bills just keep showing up. Like, bro, I just paid you last month. Why are you back? Today's episode is brought to you by the childhood lie that did the most damage. Just get a good job with benefits. First of all, good job? Where? Point it out. Give me GPS coordinates. Don't worry, I will wait. And benefits? Benefits? I thought benefits meant free massages, healthcare angels, maybe a complimentary therapy punch card from Subway. But nope. All I got were deductibles so high they can knock the wind out of you. Let's get into it. First, the setup lie. As kids, they told us, get a good job and you'll be set. Like it was that simple. Like adulthood came with the starter kit. Like, get a job, get benefits, get a house, get a spouse, get kids, get a dog, get some peace, get stability. Man, adulthood is not get. Adulthood is give. Give your time, give your energy, give your mental health, give your spine, give your weekends, give your sanity on the 1st and 15th. Nobody said you'd be 28 years old Googling, why does my niece sound like bubble wrap? How much PTO do I need to cry in peace? Can stress cause stress? How to write a polite email that says, leave me alone. The phrase good job as a kid meant superhero stuff. I imagine adults waking up, stretching like cats in commercials, sipping coffee from mugs that say boss babe, putting on suits, strutting into a shiny building full of happy coworkers named Jim and Deborah. Now, half the workforce is fueled by iced coffee, trauma, and petty revenge. Just get a good job with benefits. Okay, and then what? Do I automatically become responsible? Does my car stop breaking down? Does my hairline come back? Do I wake up at 6 a.m. like a motivational speaker? Do I get invited to brunch with rich people named Sterling? Nah, you wake up tired every single day. Tired from what? Life, existing, breathing. Nobody told me being alive came with a monthly bill. Adults made jobs sound fun. I thought getting a job meant doing cool, important, world changing things. Nah, my first job was folding shirts for people who treat the store like they're auditioning for a tornado movie. It's just like whoever raised us looked us in the eyes and said, if you get a good job, you'll be taken care of. Excuse me? No, ma'am. The only thing taking care of me is DoorDash and caffeine. And let's talk about how adults said it. Just get a good job with benefits. Like they were passing down ancient wisdom, as if benefits were magical worlds unlocked. Some RPG, you've reached level 10 adulthood. You qualify for dental. Now let's get into the expectations versus the adult reality. As kids, our imagination was undefeated. A good job meant you got an office with a window, you got a fancy pen, you had your own stapler, you got to swivel your chair, and you could tell people important things like copy that and you're on speaker. Reality. Your office is a desk between two people who chew too loud. Your chair squeaks like it's crying out for help. Your stapler jams every time you need it. And you say things like, per my last email, to disguise your rage. And the benefits, nobody explained them. They just said the words like it was obvious. Benefits as a child, probably free toys and snacks. Benefits as an adult. You want health care? Cool. That'll be your entire paycheck, your future tax refund, and your left kidney. Now let's think about it. If we were to explain deductibles to our child self, right? Go ahead, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll give it a shot. Okay, baby me. So basically, you pay money for things that you're paying money for, mini me. So it's a scam? Big version? Yes. Yes, it is. You see, the biggest lie wasn't the job itself, the lie was the confidence. The way adults promise adulthood like it was Disneyland, get a job and everything will fall right into place. Meanwhile, adults are crying in the shower, ignoring bills, and adding water to shampoo bottles. They're lying to us because they were lied to. It's a generational delusion. But don't worry, we're about to break the spell today. Next up, we get into trauma of your first job, the job that changed your soul, patience, and relationship with humanity forever. Don't go anywhere unless it's to refill your coffee. The next part is a ride. All right, if you're just tuning in, we're unpacking the biggest childhood lie ever. Get a job with benefits. And now we get to the part every adult remembers, the very first job. You know the one that hit your soul, patience, and the help from humanity simultaneously. Nobody prepares you for the first job. The first day alone feels like you walked onto a reality TV set without signing a release form. Your expectations? I'll be learning, contributing, thriving, being recognized. Reality. Here's a mop, sweep, now fold some shirts, smile. Don't ask questions. Your soul is optional. Let me tell you about my first gig. I thought I'd be doing something important things, adult stuff, like solving problems and wearing a fancy shirt. Instead, I spent 3 hours staring at the back of someone's head while they slowly died inside over their spreadsheet. I folded shirts one by one with a tag that literally said, "Do not think." And let's not forget about orientation day, the cruelest part. Every first job has an orientation video made in 1996. You know the one. A guy with a mustache, a woman with shoulder pads, someone using a computer that looks like it was forged in the Stone Age, overly enthusiastic actors pretending to love their job. And the narrator says, "Safety is our priority." Yeah, I'm folding shirts. My only danger is existential crisis. They act like you're entering NASA. Wear your helmet, watch the film, and don't breathe in the wrong air. Meanwhile, I just wanted to clock in, survive, and maybe go home without crying in the car. And coworkers, oh, the coworkers, nobody warned you about them either. You have the veteran, been there, done that, who corrects your every move like you owe them money. The overachiever, early to work, motivational quotes ready like they're auditioning for Oprah. The oversharer, who tells you their entire life story in 7 minutes. The break room philosopher, eating their tuna and preaching about happiness like it's TED Talk. Now let's think about the voices that you can hear from any one of these people. Now let's think, right? Remember, the copier is sacred. You know those people. You haven't reached your full potential yet. I don't think you have. You know that person. Let me tell you about my divorce. That oversharing person, no? Happiness is a choice, but also this tuna smells fine to me. And then there's the training manuals. Oh, yes, training manuals written in hieroglyphics printed on thicker paper than your patience. I'm reading a sentence that starts with to ensure compliance with and ends with you may be terminated immediately. What? I just wanted to fold shirts. Why did I suddenly need a law degree, a black belt in emotional resilience, and a PhD in customer conflict? Now let's think about the paycheck. Did we deserve it or didn't we deserve it? The first paycheck is like a rite of passage. You think, yes, adulthood, money. And then you get it. And it's less than your self respect. It's basically a reminder that capitalism is alive and has a sense of humor. Let's see, you open up that first paycheck. I think we all know that first paycheck, we're all thinking we're going to get something big. They don't tell us that we fell in the middle of the pay schedule. They don't tell you that you have XYZ that come out for certain things that you get with the benefits. And oh, you open it up and it's 87.63 for 40 hours of my life. Cool. Guess I'm living off ramen now. It's the first time you understand the difference between what adults told you and reality. Good job with benefits versus welcome to the never ending hustle with optional self respect and unpaid emotional labor. And then there's the unexpected trauma you weren't ready for. The weird smells in the office, the copier jam on Monday morning, someone stealing your lunch, smiling at you, the passive aggressive post it notes, the email chains that could have been deleted. Every first job is basically a training montage for life. But instead of Rocky, you cry in the supply closet. But here's the silver lining, my friends. The first job teaches you one, patience, two, how to fake competence, three, that life is 10% work and 90% pretending, four, that no matter how hard you try, sometimes the world will still break your spirit, and that's okay. Now, raise your hand if your job made you question all life choices. Keep it up if you still do it in your current job. And then, if nothing else, your job gives you stories, ridiculous, tragic, funny stories to tell your podcast audience later, like me right now. So that's the trauma of your first job. You survived it. You probably cried a little. You definitely laughed later. And if you're lucky, it prepared you for everything that comes next. Now we're going to move on. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the biggest lie adults told us: get a good job with benefits. So now that we survived the trauma of the first job, it's time to dive into the benefit scam. Ah, yes, benefits, the magical treasure chest that everyone talked about like it was Hogwarts. Health insurance, dental, vision, PTO, retirement. Health insurance covers everything except the thing that's actually wrong with you. Dental, you get a cleaning once a year, brush your teeth with a free toothbrush from 2008. Vision, glasses, contacts. Pick one, not both. Make a choice, peasant. And don't worry, we have comprehensive coverage. Yeah, comprehensive. If your medical issue is imaginary, your car is a spaceship, and you only eat kale. Come on, HR. And let's talk about PTO, paid time off. You think, I'll take a vacation. Nope, your manager already took all your vacation days in advance in their mind and filed paperwork you never got. Now let's see how this conversation goes. You walk into HR. Excuse me, can I use my PTO? HR, you have 0 days left. Also, your soul was already borrowed by the company in 2019. And retirement. Oh, retirement. Sure, it's a benefit to live till 108 and the stock market cooperates, but otherwise, it's basically a promise whispered softly like a bedtime story while life throws bills, unexpected car repairs, and tax letters at you. Benefits sound amazing until you realize it's all a trap of hope, a trap of adult responsibilities, a trap of, well, we'll take your energy, your money, and your sanity, but hey, you can get a cleaning in 2026 if you're lucky. Now, let's talk about coworkers, the other unavoidable part of every good job with benefits. Somehow your life becomes a sitcom, but you don't get paid for the laughs. We got four main archetypes in every workplace. The first one, the veteran, been there 20 years, knows all the loopholes, corrects your every move like you owe them money. They say things like, back in my day, we typed with one finger and walked uphill both ways. You kids are soft. Number two, you have the overachiever, always early, always positive, smiles like they're auditioning for a motivational poster, makes the rest of us feel like NPCs in a video game, or they're grinding XP. Meanwhile, I'm eating cold pizza at my desk. Number three, the oversharer, immediately tells you their life story: divorce, kids, medical issues, weird dreams. You never asked, you didn't consent, but you're listening anyway. The break room, number four, the break room philosopher, sits in the break room eating questionable lunch, leans back and says, happiness is just a choice, you know. Bro, I'm microwaving a burrito. Can happiness not be an option? And you're forced to interact with all of them every single day for hours. Sometimes your benefits are laughing at you in your corner. And then there's the office politics. Oh, yeah, nothing teaches you humility like someone stealing credit for your work, or a passive aggressive email that somehow makes you feel guilty for existing, or that one coworker who always smiles at you like a villain and says, let's circle back on that. Now let's imagine these office meetings. You have your boss. Team, let's synergize. Me? No, let's not. Coworker, we need to drill down. I'm drilling down my paces into the floor. Yes. Every job is a microcosm of human weirdness with a sprinkle of trauma and a side of caffeine. The lessons from coworkers. Here's what would you learn from coworkers. Everyone is a character. Some sitcom, some horror movie. Two, smile, nod, and pretend to understand what's going on. Three, avoid break room philosophers unless you want unsolicited life advice. Four, document everything because karma doesn't always. Coworkers are a test of patience, improvisation, and emotional intelligence. And if you survive that, congratulations. You're officially ready for the rest of adulting. Now, we'll move on. If you survive your first job and survive coworkers, congratulations. Now let's talk about the ultimate adult trap: meetings. Meetings, meetings, meetings. The adult version of surprise obstacle course. Nothing kills soul energy faster than a meeting that could have been in an email. Every meeting starts with the same nonsense. Let's circle back, touch base, drill down, and synergize. Bro, we're not drilling for oil. We're only in the conference room with three chairs broken and one guy wearing Crocs. You ever notice meetings are full of people who had never actually accomplished anything? Someone's taking notes, someone's staring at the ceiling, and the boss just keeps talking like they're auditioning for a TED Talk. Boss, we need to optimize the synergistic paradigms while leveraging core competencies. Me, sure, we sell office supplies. The most synergistic thing we do is refill paper. And there always the meeting where everyone pretends to understand Excel charts. That makes no sense. Like it is a graph or a crime scene. I've been in meetings where I've learned more about Karen's cat than quarterly goals. And guess what? Nobody asks about the cat either. By the end of the 90-minute meeting, your brain has left the building, your soul is filing HR complaints, and your coffee is gone, replaced with existential dread. Okay, so we survived the first job, co-workers, and meetings. Time to break down what good job actually looks like. Spoiler alert, it's not what they told us. Step one, apply to 200 jobs. Step two, get 3 interviews. Step three, get ghosted by two. Step four, get hired by the one you didn't even want. Step five, stay because rent is evil, food exists. Step six, cry every Sunday morning. Step seven, repeat until your soul slowly adapts. And the interviews. Oh, the interviews. Questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Sir, I'm trying to survive next. Those questions. What benefit would it be for us to hire you to our establishment? I don't no, I just want a job. I just want to get paid to do what you say and leave with the money you promised to give me after this interview. How do you handle stress? Well, by crying in the car, sometimes loudly, sometimes quietly, mostly loudly. And then there's the corporate jargon. Every company has words that sound important but mean nothing. Synergy, low hanging fruit, circle back, touch base, leverage core competencies. I'm not leveraging energy, I'm surviving the day. You realize that good job with benefits is really just a job that takes everything from you, but technically you survive. And the benefits exist somewhere, maybe, if you read the fine print. By the time you adjust to the rhythm of adult work life, you've already learned the importance of pacing yourself, the art of pretending to understand office politics, the skill of nodding while your soul quietly cries. Let's be real, every good job is just a survival game. And if you win, you don't get a trophy, you get a paycheck slightly bigger than your student loans and a side eye from HR. And here's the truth: the good job isn't magical, it's functional. It's life support system disguised as adult ambition. It's okay because surviving is a skill, and laughter, that's the cheat code. If you survive the first job trauma, benefit scams, coworkers, and meetings that should have been emails, congratulations, you are officially in adult and survival mode. Now let's get real. Get a good job with benefit was the lie. The truth: job is stressful, adulting is stressful, benefits are badly beneficial. But here's what no adult told you: a job isn't your identity, a job isn't your measure of worth, a job isn't supposed to consume your entire life. You deserve rest, boundaries, peace of mind, Netflix without guilt, pizza without judgment. Now let's imagine an alternate universe. You go to work, your boss says, Donald, you're allowed to leave early and nap whenever you want. Wow, isn't this real? Is this real life? Yes, this is called your imagination. Use it daily. And if your job doesn't respect your boundaries, you don't need a good job with benefits. You need a good life with peace. A job can support your life, it shouldn't control it. You survived your first crushing job, office politics, the passive aggressive break room, endless meetings, the benefits maze, and you're still here. That's something to laugh about. That's something to celebrate. And here's the cheat code: humor. Laugh at nonsense, laugh at absurdity, laugh at yourself. Because if you don't, you might cry. And if you cry, well, that's okay too. Just make sure there's chocolate. All right, friends, that's a wrap of episode 2 of Laughing Through Life with Donald. Get a good job of benefits. Today we learned: 1, childhood lies are sneaky. 2, your job is a trauma survival course. 3, benefits are complicated. 4, coworkers are characters. 5, meetings are soul-sucking time traps. 6, a good job is just a survival skill. 7, humor is the ultimate adult cheat code. Next episode, we're diving into relationships because adulting is hard enough, and now apparently love is a full-time job too. Thank you for laughing through life with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your coworkers, the ones who steal your lunch. You know who you are. Remember, adulthood is messy, stressful, and ridiculous. But if we can laugh through it together, we might just survive with our sanity and our dignity mostly intact. I'm Donald. This is Laughing Through Life with Donald. Stay sane, stay caffeinated, and keep laughing.